Perth as we have the FIFA Women's World Cup. First 2019 trophy tour underway. Hope you've had a chance to have a look and a photo with the trophy. Now, as you know, trophies are important, but what is integral to the excitement and the theatre of football is players, and we're absolutely delighted to have some players with us today that we're going to have a chat to. And for a start, would you please welcome former Matilda Matilda, Claire Simon, and young Matilda, Claire Hunt. Welcome, ladies. Well, I'm going to start with you. You speak from a position of great experience with so many Matildas caps, representing Australia at the Women's World Cup in China, which was 2007. Feels like it was yesterday. Yeah. What's that like? What's that mean to you? It's on.
Yeah. Thanks for everybody coming out today. Really beautiful weather. Great opportunity for us to look at this trophy, and hopefully we're bringing it home after the World Cup. 2007, yeah, it feels like 100 years ago. But I was just talking to someone over here around the Never Say Die piece on the back of the jersey. So for anyone that has a jersey, that's what it says. That's what 2007 reminds me of. To be honest, we were battling back then and really just doing what we could, and I thought we had a really good team. But when I fast forward to this year, this team could seriously at least go to the semi-finals and then, you know, pick up that trophy. So I've never really believed that like I do now, and the time is right. I think everything's aligned. They're in a good space. Players are in form. It's an exciting time.
Well, of course, you'll be on site to watch that when the Matildas do lift the trophy. No pressure, Kaya. That will be on the 7th of July, but Walsh, you're going to leave much earlier than that as part of the SPS broadcast team. How much are you looking forward to boarding that flight to France?
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait to follow the Matildas around in a bit of a different role. Yeah, really excited. I think, you know, when you think about how you represent your country, I actually feel a massive responsibility when I call games to really do it right, and especially being a female where we're breaking into the media industry like that, you know, talking about football, I really want to give it my best, so it's almost like I'm going to represent my country. That's a bit serious.
Is there more or less pressure than playing?
Different kind of pressure, right? Yeah, you know, trying to really get, like Lucy Zelich did, getting the names right, and really doing my best and giving it the utmost respect. So I'm really excited about heading over.
How's your French?
Yeah, not really. I'll start prepping a month out.
There's apps you can use. Kaya, let's move on to you. As David Gallop said earlier, you're working your way back to full fitness. Did you know he was following you on Instagram?
He has mentioned that before, previously.
Tell us about your recovery and ankle injury during the W League season, and I can only imagine you're working really hard to get fighting fit to make Ante Milicić's squad.
Yeah, I had, for those of you that don't know, I had ankle surgery about 10 weeks ago. I suffered an injury pre-Christmas to my right ankle, so I've been working hard down in Melbourne. The Melbourne City medical staff have been looking after me and running me ragged, so I'm a little bit exhausted. But no, it's been good. You know, disappointing to be in rehab again. It would have been nice to get a good 6-month lead-in of games and training leading into the World Cup. But I think that makes my focus and determination even more, I guess, at an all-time high leading into the World Cup, knowing what's at stake and the opportunity for me to represent our country at my third World Cup at the age of 27 is something that I've got at the forefront of my mind, and you know, trying to work as hard, if not harder, than anyone else there that's vying for a spot to head to France.
Well, you've played and scored in 2 World Cups, in 2011 in Germany and again in 2015 in Canada. How special are those moments? What does a World Cup mean to you?
Yeah, I think, as cliche as it sounds, but it is a childhood dream. When I started out playing football as an 8-year-old girl, I dreamt to play at an Olympic Games and at a FIFA Women's World Cup, and to say that I've been to 2 and been able to go out there and represent our country, you know, with the rest of the girls, but also, you know, some of my closest friends in my life as well, is something quite special, and it's what dreams are made of. And when you're there at a World Cup, it's a pinnacle of football. All eyes are watching, and it's an opportunity to make our country proud, and it's something that you can't replicate in any other part of your life. So when you're there, it's a matter of really soaking up the experience, because it's over quicker than you know it.
You're wearing the new kit. Tell us what you think.
Yeah, I kind of like it. Speaking with
Kind
a
of.
few that means I really like it. But yeah, I think it's a good representation of our squad, the personalities within our team, playing, being bold, being confident, bit of flair as well in our game. And I think there's a lot of stars that are aligning for this World Cup. It's up to us, obviously, to perform and play the best games of our lives all the way up until that World Cup final. But it's an exciting kit to be a part of, and I'm so happy to see so many Australians wearing the Matildas specialised kit out there in the public, and I've heard the sales are going through the roof. So we appreciate your support, and hopefully there's more and more of that leading into France.
Yeah, great stuff, Kai. And of course, as Sarah Walsh said, the never say die in the back, the mantra of our Matildas. Claire Hunt, you are the future of women's football. How much does it motivate you to see a World Cup trophy here in Sydney?
Oh, it's absolutely awesome to be a part of this and to see the trophy firsthand. For me personally, to have this experience and be here with Sarah Walsh and with Kai Simon and to see that trophy, it motivates me and inspires me to work toward being a part of a squad that can fight for that trophy and bring it back to Australia. So.
Well, you've been involved in international tournaments before. What are the highlights of that, of travelling away with your national teammates?
At a junior level, it's been a big thing for me, and it's been a lot of hard work and persistence in breaking into squads like that. So I've enjoyed it. It is such a cultural experience to get out of Australia and go, especially to those Asian countries. It's a world away from here, and it's wonderful to experience that, and I think it's been very grounding for me to be a part of that. So
you'll undoubtedly be glued to the screen for the FIFA World Cup in France this year. Tell me, in this current squad, what players do you look up to, and who do you aspire to play like? No pressure with Kai sitting next to you,
Well, being a part of the Future Matildas, a lot of the Matildas come down and train with us. So I think seeing Em Gilnick train firsthand, she is in form at the moment. So that's been awesome to be in the presence of Kai right now. And as I
slipped her a 20 before we...
And seeing Alana Kennedy train and being around her as a centre-back for me, she's someone who I aspire to play with, play like. She has so much talent and she is a leader within the team, and it's something that I really respect. So
we can't wait to see you in the back line for the Matildas. To Claire, Kai and Sarah, thank you so much for coming along this morning and sharing your thoughts. Ladies and gentlemen, please thank our playing panel. And now, folks, don't go anywhere. We have a man who made a truly remarkable impact on football in Australia. Would you please welcome him to the stage now, Mark Schwarzer, OAM. Now, just as Mark is coming up, he's had to quickly ditch his coffee cup. 109 games for the Socceroos, spanning 20 years from 1993, wow, it sounds like an eternity ago, all the way through to 2013, including appearances at the 2006 and 2010 FIFA World Cups. 514 appearances in the Premier League, which currently ranks him 7th on the English Premier League's all-time appearance list and places him in some seriously elevated company. However, of course, we think he's the star of that, but it does put him alongside the likes of Ryan Giggs, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard, Rio Ferdinand, and also the first non-British player to reach over 500 appearances. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Wow.
It's one of those things that people tell you along the way and you kind of just take it in your stride and think, oh, yeah, that's pretty cool. And I think it's probably later on. And like now when you think about it, when you hear that, it's probably even cooler. So, yeah, I'm very proud of it. It's been an incredible journey and one that I don't really miss because it was such an incredible experience, and I think I was able to fulfill pretty much all of my hopes and dreams and aspirations, and I'm excited about the new chapter in life. So I'm enjoying life. So it's brilliant.
Well, it does feel like it was only just yesterday, and of course a member of 2 Premier League winning squads with Chelsea and Leicester. In fact, I think the first player to go back-to-back, as we lose 2 microphones, back-to-back in Premier League titles, and now you're part of this FIFA Legends squad. How did that come about?
Well, firstly, go back to the 2 back-to-backs, and also to not have played a single game as well. So that's another bit of the history books there. So I don't actually class myself as a Premier League winner. I find myself very fortunate to have been part of that squad and see it from the inside.
Just take the medal.
No, you don't get a medal. You have to play a minimum of 5 games. And then I think that's only fair, because I just wouldn't have felt right. But to be part of FIFA Legends Group, it was just an opportunity that obviously FIFA have been in contact with me about wanting to be involved in various parts of the game. And obviously the Women's World Cup was one of them. And when I was asked to come as one of the FIFA Legends, I was honoured and didn't think twice about it. You know, I love football, as we all do. And I have huge admiration for the Matildas, the Australian women's team. I think they've done an incredible job particularly in the last couple of years, but even before that. But the last couple of years, their rise to fame has been sensational. At a time, I think, when the game in this country really needed it. The men's game hasn't progressed like everyone would hope. And I think the women's game has really been the shining light and has helped the game along tremendously. And I think there'll become a time, and it won't be very far away, where the women's game, I believe, will be held very, very closely along the lines of the men's game. And I don't think it'll be too far away.
Now, you've had a bit of a digital makeover as part of your role in the FIFA Legends squad. If you want to check it out, www.fifa.com/Women's World Cup /Legends/Mark-Schwarzer. You are now the Schwarzenator. What do you make of that?
I thought it was pretty cool. I had no idea what they were doing. We got invited to a photo shoot, and they went through this whole different process of various photos, different angles, and a couple of videos they took. And there was a talk of, we're going to animate you. And it wasn't until afterwards you see the end product, and they go, "What do you think?" Well, it's a bit difficult to go back and say, "No, I don't really like it." No, but I did. I really liked it, and it was really cool. And it's cool to see yourself animated. I think you really arrive when you've been animated. So no, it's pretty cool.
What do your kids think of it?
You know what? The thing about my kids is that nothing really phases them anymore. It's a bit like Dad just doing his work things, and that's about it. It's probably other people that probably are more impressed than my own kids. I don't know. Maybe secretly they tell their friends about it. I don't know. But generally, to me, they're like, "Yeah, whatever, Dad. Just."
Yeah, being dad's not cool, is it? Tim Cahill is with you in this 22-man squad. Did you ever think there was a time that you and Timmy would be promoting the women's game?
No, I mean, if you'd asked me 10 years ago, I'd be sitting here now being an ambassador for the Women's World Cup, then probably no. And for any other reason other than you're a football player and all you're doing is focus on your own game and playing and doing the best you possibly can. And it's not until you get a little bit older, further down the line, you finish playing football and you love the game so much, it's been such a huge part of your life, that it doesn't matter what part of the game it is, whether it's women's game, men's game. For me, it's all the same. And it's such a powerful tool, such an incredible sport to play. It unites various backgrounds. We saw it in 2005, how much it united Australia when we qualified for the World Cup, and the tensions that we had around the country. And that particular night, what an involvement that had, and what an impact it had on Australia. And football has this unique way of uniting people, forgetting about anything else that goes on, whether it's race, skin color, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Football unites people, and so to be part of any football project, and more importantly, the Australian team is always an honour, and it's been brilliant, and I've really enjoyed it. And I'm very excited about the Women's World Cup. World Cups are phenomenal. Fortunate enough to play in 2 of them. Worked on one now in Russia, or here in Australia, but on the Russian World Cup. And now I'm very, very excited to hopefully be working on the Women's World Cup.
Will you be going to France?
That's the plan, yeah. I'll be based in Paris, doing the hard yards in an apartment overlooking Eiffel Tower. But yeah, no, very excited about it. And it's just around the corner from where I live, so it's good. And I think it's going to be a tremendous tournament.
You're really doing it tough, aren't you?
Yeah.
Tell us your thoughts on the current Matildas squad. Kai mentioned that we are potentially in this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity right now for this generation of Matildas to do it. What are your thoughts?
There are similarities to 2005 with the men's team, you know, that golden era. And I think you've got that now with the Matildas. There is a unique group of players. I think, you know, phenomenal players in that group. Obviously, you know, we talk about some of the best players in the world. I mean, Sam Kerr's obviously the first person's name that comes to people's lips, and she's been fantastic for the game. And I think that this team, no pressure, girls. I expect really good things from them. I watched them play against England at Craven Cottage not so long ago, and it was again a side that was a slightly under-strength Matilda's side, and they did very, very well. I thought the refereeing was brilliant on the night, and it was fair, and I think we should have won the game. And every time we can get one over on the English, it's great. And I think that this team is primed and very, very close to being in the perfect position to vie for the title. As we know, the World Cup, anything can happen. But I think they've got a really good blend of experience and young players coming through.
Mark Schwarzer, you should know. Thank you very much indeed for sharing your thoughts. Don't go far because we're going to get some photos. You can get photos with the Schwarzernator and the rest of the crew here in just a moment. But if you just remain here for 1 sec, I'd like to invite Kai Simon back up to the stage. Kai's going to make a presentation to Sarai Barrowman, who's joining us as part of the FIFA delegation. So Sarai, can I invite you up, please, with Kaya? Please give him a big round of applause. So, Sarai, no pressure, but tomorrow when you head to your hometown of New Zealand, we expect you to wear that on the plane. Well, thank you very much indeed. Everyone, can I ask you to put your hands together for Mark the Schwarzenegger Schwarzer, who's joined us here today. Thank you. Look forward to hearing your thoughts from France.
Thank you.
Thank you to Kaya, to Claire and to Sarah, and also to Sarai and her team from FIFA for coming to join us. Folks, we'll have the trophy here for about another half hour, but I do invite you to join our former players and the trophy down near the water, where we're going to have a media opportunity and get a lovely photo with the Opera House in the background. In the meantime, enjoy the rest of your morning. Thank you for coming down. Thank you for your support of the Matildas, and we look forward to having that support all the way through as they play in the FIFA Women's World Cup in France. Thanks for coming. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.